We are watching Eli's breaststroke above the water, commentary by Coach Chris. We're going to take a quick look at the video and let him swim. This isn't quite full speed, so we can see what's going on here. Now, a lot of what we're going to talk about is going to be underwater. On top of the water, I like a lot of what I'm seeing, so we're going to kind of touch on those things. Let's find a frame where he's swimming outside of this first stroke here. Now, one of the things we talk about a lot with our breaststroke, and he's doing a very good job here, is trying to get up on top of the water, ride the water high with the hips, come up and over the water instead of down and under. You're going to watch him come up here, leading with the head, getting the hands up to the surface. I mean, we've got this whole upper arm out of the water. And that's really good. That's what we're looking for. Come up over the water. He's got a lot of forward progress. He's pushing his hips forward. And you can just see, he's just getting high, he's reaching out over the water. A little bit late on that kick, but not bad. So I really like how he's riding the water, and that's kind of the important thing to look for on these above the water videos. As he extends his hands out, he's keeping them just at the surface, not throwing them down. Again, we're trying to go up and over the water, forward, not down and under the water. So a lot of the kids who are having trouble with this, they're going to throw their hands in a downward direction towards the bottom, and we're just not seeing this. This is exactly how you want to do it, just straight out, reaching towards that wall, and then following it up. Again, there's a lot we're going to talk about under the water, so I don't want to overload by repeating the same points over and over again. But as far as above the water, his body position is exactly where I want it. You can tell his head isn't quite getting down far enough, and he's not keeping it down long enough. He's kind of rushing that stroke, because if you look at his hips, frame back a little bit, as he drives his kick, his hips never, I mean, they get right to the surface, but they don't quite break the surface. And that's one of the things we're looking for. Now, some of his strokes were good, but you can tell his head's not getting down low enough because his hips are just not quite getting high enough on that kick. That also has to do with the angle of kick, too. He's kicking straight back, not down and away, which we'll see a lot better underwater. Turn. We'll talk about this right now. On the above water, if you watch him hit the water, he's going to frame in. He's coming into the wall. Again, look at that. That's perfect height. Nice shrug of the shoulders, keeping the momentum forward, getting the head down. So he's doing a lot of this stuff right on top of the water. And then we're going down and up into the wall instead of going right at the wall. Which isn't bad, but if you watch his arms are going to collapse. See how bad they're bending right now? And we'll see that underwater as well. But he's allowing himself to get into the wall, and then he's going to push himself away from the wall in order to do the turn. And the reason he's coming up semi-high in this turn is because he let those elbows bend. When he hits the wall, he wants to straighten those arms, hit the wall, and keep that space between him and the wall. And by letting the arms kind of collapse and letting his body come into the wall, he's going to have to either go up or out of the water in order to have room to get his feet to the wall. Not bad on a turn. You know, again, just got to make sure we maintain that space as we go through. Little rushed on the first pull. I'd like to see a little more glide. Second glide's not bad, but definitely want to see a little more of the first glide. We'll talk about that underwater. And again, you can kind of see in this frame what we talked about with the hips, not getting the head down quite low enough, and we'll see it You see him frame. He's getting his head down. You know, he's almost there. He's just got to get that head about an inch deeper. Try to get the back of the head under the arms. And that'll get those hips up even higher so we can have that hip, have that butt leave the water. So, but above water, things are looking great. This is very, very hard to teach this type of breaststroke. And he's doing a really good job of trying to get in the body position that we want. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a really good feel for the water, really good timing in order to maintain that high body position. And you can see as we go back, we'll find a good frame here. And we'll talk about that on the underwater. And you can see, I mean, he's able to not only get up to the height we want, but he's still going forward. I mean, he manages to reach his arms out and keep his arms and body up over the water as he reaches out and extends. So that's a lot of what we're working on drill-wise, and he's apparently doing a really good job with it because this is above water, getting pretty close to what we're looking for. Now let's turn to the below water video, and then we can kind of break down some of the nitty-gritty of what he needs to improve.